Good evening and welcome to the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas. It's round 4 of the Bank Pool Showdown, a race to 3 between two American giants of pool. It's Captain America against Team America Moscone captain Shane Van Boening and Sky Woodward. Joining me in the booth for this one, well, how can I describe this man? It's the fantastic Frenchman, the suave and sophisticated Benjamin Belhassan. Bonjour, Benjamin.
Bonjour, Mark. How are you?
I hope you liked my little intro there, just to make you feel nice and welcome, mate.
Yeah, it's a great pleasure to witness such two giants with you, Mark. It's going to be a great match. Obviously, they know each other very well, and it's a kind of, strange and a bit exciting to have bank pool on such a big stage here in the Predator Pro Billiard series. So it's a great idea they had, and I am really delighted to watch bank pool.
Well, I had a baptism of fire for my first ever commentary on bank pool in the last match. I was glad to have you with me. Billy Thorpe, of course, against Alex Pagulayan. And we continue with two absolute giants. Sky Woodward, one of my favourite players to watch in rotation. And of course, Shane Van Boening, known to everyone on the planet. He's the first person I think I ever knew from the pool game.
Yeah, and good start here from Skylar. Made a ball on the break and start with the 8 ball to the bottom right, a clear bank. He was thinking about cutting the 4, but I don't think it's on because the kiss might be there. So we also play on the 30 seconds shot clock, so players have not extra time to decide whether to play safe or to go for an offensive shot.
Yeah, we are at the group stage. Just started today in the banks, 2 groups of 6 people, so 12 players in total. The group winners will go through to the semi-finals, and then the second and third place will have playoffs. They'll cross over and play each other, and the winner will take home $16,000. Pretty good money for such a small field. 10,000 to the runner-up, 4 to the losing semis, 3,000 to the quarters. Money all the way down, actually. Just for coming, you're guaranteed $1,500. Ben, I wish I'd have got an invite now. That's pretty good money, that, isn't it? Just for showing up and playing a bit of bank pool.
Yeah, and actually this is what a professional event should look like, because those players are, remember, the best in the business all over the world, so it's great to have them. And yeah, as you mentioned, the field is 12 players, 2 groups of 6. We are here in round 4, and I believe it's the first player. Each group is going through the semis, and then in a round robin format, and then we have the top 3 players from each group. The second and the third place finishes will cross-play the quarterfinals. So that means every player is going to play 5 matches before the stage 2. So it's actually a pretty big event.
Yeah, just going a little bit short there with the bank. Just some other matches going on at the moment. Tony Chohan is up against Josh Filler. Chip Compton is playing Justin Hall. Billy Thorpe up against John Mora. Alex Pagulayan against Roberto Gomez. And Francisco Bustamante against Evan Lunda. That's over on table 2, if you want to check that one out. Bustamante won in about 15 minutes in his last match. He won 3-0, and it is a race to 3, of course, and you have to win 5 points. So you've got to make 5 banks to win an individual game.
Tough situation here. No banks available for Shane Van Boening here, and is thinking about playing safe. But it's not easy when you have balls like the 6 ball towards the short rail, which can be banked on the top left, and this is why you try to prevent Sky from. Well, I think he has a window here, but still a really tough shot. Always those always kind of safeties where you can glue the cue ball to the short rail, but I believe he still has the 6. It's really tough. Yeah, exactly. But it's really tough to aim at the shots like this when you are 9 feet away from the ball and frozen on the rail. Yeah, that's really tough. And the thing is, the bank is so accurate. I mean, as long as you put a touch of English into that cue ball, then, for example, if you put right English on the cue ball, then the left, a little bit of left English apply to the object ball, and so that's how you manipulate the banks. Also with the stun, which is a great tool to stiff the banks actually. A great shot there from SVB.
On the board.
It's interesting to see how those guys manage the shot clock also. Not to be in a hurry, even if it's 30 seconds. They know they have time.
Shane Van Boening, 41 years old now. Just inducted to the BCA Hall of Fame last month. The South Dakota Kid. He's not a kid anymore, is he? He needs a new nickname, I think. Ben?
Yeah. Yeah, actually he had a great speech over there. I had the opportunity to listen to the speech, and that was great because he's such a, I would say, he's not talking that much. He's really not shy, but and it's always great to hear him talk about his career and the person that were important for him, and stories, and that was great.
Well, don't spoil it for me because I've still got it to watch. Somebody sent me the YouTube link for it, and it's well over an hour long, isn't it? So I'm going to wait for a very special evening. I'm going to get myself nice and comfortable, get myself a nice steak maybe, and sit there and listen to one of the best players that's ever held a cue.
Yeah, that was great. You will enjoy it, I'm sure.
If it's about pool or any cue sports, Ben, I'm happy. I'm happy to listen. You know that.
Yeah, I know that. So I tell you what, we have a pretty much locked first game here. Both players are playing great safeties, and the game is really tactical here. He's gonna bank the 6 in the top right. I really want to use those lines. There are many systems to bank and kick, and some are more efficient and more accurate than others, but for sure those two have really a lot of tools when it comes to bank.
It's a very cagey first game, this, isn't it? Sky
Yeah,
Woodward, 31 years old, from Paducah in Kentucky, now residing in Texas, I believe. Nickname Bluegrass Badass. Am I allowed to say that? Well, I just said it. It's on Wikipedia, so I'm sure I can say it.
okay.
Oh, this is good. This is beautiful. Van Boening,
Yeah,
typical Shane. Right in the heart of the pocket. Beautiful. What does he have here, though, Ben?
yeah, I don't
Three
see
ball,
anything.
top left.
Yeah, the 7 ball was quite a typical bank shot, and he really managed to play it beautifully. But yeah, the 3 ball looks dead, but he really has to play it smooth like that. Wow.
Played it
That
safe
was
as well, didn't he? Just in case he missed it. Bit of safety, bit of a
exactly,
two-way there, Ben.
exactly, yeah, absolutely.
Straightening that one up. Not quite enough, though.
Yeah,
Doesn't want to
he
leave the known bank.
should have stiffed it a little bit, using a little bit more speed here. And you see that the 3 and the 6 are pretty much the same banks. He's gonna cross corner this. Normally no English. A little bit of a stun here, like that. Oh, it's too thin.
Yeah, just to let you know, guys, the ball must go straight in. If it had kissed in off of the 3 there, for example, it wouldn't have counted. Every bank has to go in absolutely clean. There's no kick bank either. You can do a 2-railer, 3-railer, 4-railer, 5-railer, but you've got to call it.
Yeah, no combination either. He's going for the 9 here, where the 6 is.
Cagey start from 2 of the biggest names in pool. 6-ball, cross-side, as they say in the States.
Yeah, as I mentioned, you really want to use the rares, but you really also want to use the English to be able to open or narrow the angle. You really have a big margin here. You have many elements that can help you banks. For your banks is the speed of the shot, of course, the English, the side English, but also the stun or the follow or the draw that you choose to apply to the cue ball. Because, for example, if you apply draw, then you're going to open up the angle with the object ball. And so you really have big margins to bank shots.
Two-ball cross-side.
Yeah, and this is really tough when you are that close to the ball and when the ball is that close to the cushion. It's really tough to judge. That's why I would say the easier banks are the one that have a reasonable distance from the object ball to the cue ball and to the cushion. When it's close, it's really difficult to judge. This is interesting. He's going to try to twist the 1 ball with a little bit of English here. Wow.
Shot.
He got it. You see the
Clever
cue ball
shot.
has a little bit of English here to stiff the 1. That was great.
Two-ball, bottom right-hand corner as we look. Wow, two ball does go to the bottom left as we look, but it's not easy. I think it's what he's going to go for, though. No, he's going to the cross side. Sky leaning over to have a look.
And of course, as I mentioned, you have the English, you have the speed, but you also have the feel of the shot. And that's why players like that, they know perfectly their lines, but they also need to have the feel of the shot to have success with the banks. So it's a mix of a little bit of everything, depending, of course, on the equipment.
Well, there's certainly a lot more to it than I thought there was. The way you're describing it, it's there's many variations of it, isn't there? And talk about a quick match, Benjamin. Tony Chohan against Josh Filler. Well, Josh Filler once very famously won a race to 3 one pocket in, I think it was 18 minutes. Well, Tony Chohan has just, well, he's beaten Filler 3-0 at Banks in, well, I'm not sure how long, about 15 minutes, something like that. So Tony Chohan going very well. He's killed the killer Filler 3-0.
Wow, that's a performance. And also players have been playing for, like, it's day 6 today, so for the last 5 days on the tables, so the cloth, the rail, the cushions are getting a little bit like used, and so it makes the ball reacts a little bit differently, a little bit stiff, I would say. It rebounds a little bit more, so that's why many times players came short on the banks. When the cloth is brand new, is different.
5 needed to take the opening rack in this race to 3. So 2 more needed by both players. Sky at the table, looking to play the 2 to the bottom right as we look. Kind of a two-way as well. Ben doesn't want to sell out now, with both players needing just 2.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Yeah. This is a straight back actually, because he jacked up, so he uses really stun, and so he stiffed that one, that making sure that it goes straight back all the way down to the long rail to the pocket. So that was a great shot there. Winner of the American Junior Showdown we just saw in the audience, Lars Martinez.
Yeah, what a player he is. And of course he's going to be watching his idol, because his game is so, well, it looks so alike to SVB's. He kind of plays in that type of style. Sky Woodward actually saw Lars Martinez playing when he was 11 years old, and he said one day this boy's going to be a champion. Who knows, he might even be captain in the Mosconi Cup very soon. Great future for Les Martinez. Overcame Nico Conkel in the final.
Yeah, it was great to watch. Actually, a great match, and I have to say that I liked the way Nico Conkel played. I didn't know him, and he's really an amazing player. So SVB needs one, and Sky need the two remaining balls on the table. That's a good shot there. Try to lock the balls.
Yeah, very good pace.
Well, there's actually no choice for SVB but playing safety here.
And of course, no player is going to want to make that 3-ball because it will be spotted and might leave a chance at a bank on it. So we're going to see a little bit of to and froing here, a little bit of tactical play, a little bit of chess on a Predator 9-foot by 4.5 table. Who's going to get to checkmate first?
So he's going to take the shot to try to level up at 4-4 and have a deciding ball in this first rack. But he's going to play pocket speed so that the 3-ball is not going to give a line on the short rail for SVB to bank it. He did really great. This is kind of a one-pocket bank actually, because the pocket speed is really something you want to master in one pocket.
Yeah, plenty of knowledge in these two heads. He's called the 9-ball in the top left as we look. Crossing over the face of the 9-ball, sending it down towards the corner.
I believe it's pretty natural using high ball. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it. A little bit too thick, he hit it.
Billy Thorpe and John Mora are up against each other at the moment, and it's 1 game all over there.
This is really aggressive from SVB right there. Could try to play something out of the 3, but he decided to go for it to try to win the game, even if he's going to leave the 3-ball open for Sky. This is kind of 3-ball you think it's not on, but then if you stiff it with maybe a touch of left and the stun, you actually came too short actually. And of course he knows it. Oh, it didn't hit it that good. You see the cue balls coming to the end rail a little bit on the right, so that means he hit it too thin.
Yeah, 9 in the side. All in good fun. They're all enjoying themselves out there. Alex Paguline has just levelled against Roberto Gomez. They're at 1 each. And Ever Lunda, Francisco Bustamante also at 1-1. Chip Compton 2 up on Justin Hall.
Again, a two-way shot from SVB here. He played the 9 on the side really slow to try not to give anything to Sky.
Can he play this in the side? 2 rails?
Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, maybe the kiss will be on here. Oh, I think he's gonna make it like that. Yeah, this is kind of conservative.
Well, he must be going for this though. Needs just the 1.
This is a really tough shot here. Wow.
It's very close. What a shot from SVB. Takes the opening game then. He leads Sky Woodward 1-0.
What a shot. Frozen on the rear. This is really greatness.
Terrific cueing from one of the best players to ever hold a cue. Now then, lots going on at the Rio this week in Las Vegas. So many tournaments. It really is amazing as we take a look at the standings there. Filler and Gomez already through. We have the Women's Challenge of Champions starting tomorrow. We also have the Women's Las Vegas Open. That will be starting tomorrow also at 10 a.m. So keep your eyes on social media, probilliardseries.com. Go to the Pro Billiard Series Facebook page. All the stuff you need there, as we see familiar break from SVB. Now I saw him break some 9-ball banks at Derby City, and he actually made 7 balls on the break, if you can believe that.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy, man. And actually the banks needs also to, when you play banks, you need also to have a good break to try to make 1 or 2 balls, get space and get shots. And this is how maybe Tony Chowan beat Filler in 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's winner breaks as well, I forgot to mention. Good start in this second game for SVB.
Yeah, and the balls are pretty much open here. You see the 4 ball, maybe it will be his next ball. This is kind of rack where you can really, player of that caliber can really run out. It's hard to say if the 3 ball is on, but yeah, it looks like, yeah, it is. Yeah. And he knows he can seal the deal from here, so he's gonna go for it 100%. Oh, it's short a little bit. Then the referee is gonna respot the ball. The 2 balls he made on the break. Good start from SVB though, 3 banks in a row.
Bit of a stretch for Sky. Look at the overhang of cue there. Now then, is this 6 ball on?
Yeah. Again, I believe it's no English, probably center ball. Yeah. Yeah, the speed was perfect. He hit it really pure. What a great shot that was. So he needs 1, and I'm really surprised. Maybe the 3 ball is not there. It's hard to see from here, but I'm really surprised he doesn't play the 3.
Looks a bit narrow to me, Ben.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Just a reminder, guys, coming up after this, 8:30, we have the Challenge of Champions beginning, and it's Rubelin Armit and Christina to catch, of course. Christina winning the 10 ball, Rubelin Armit winning the World 9 ball, and they will be going head to head, playing different disciplines, 9 ball, 10 ball, and if they're 1 set each, if they're level after playing those 2, it will be a set of 8 ball to decide who is the women's Challenge of Champions champion. That starts this evening. So looking forward to that one as well. Two of the games, well, great players last year, weren't they? Christina Tkach had a great season, winning her first WPBA event as well. And World 10-ball champion. Who can forget that famous celebration when, well, she didn't jump on the table, she laid down on the floor, Ben. I think she was so exhausted, she didn't have the energy to get on the table, so she just took a lay down.
Yeah, actually the final last something like maybe 3 hours or 2 hours and a half. It was a really big match, so she really was exhausted, I believe.
Yeah, so much mental energy goes into cue sports, doesn't it? So taxing on the brain. 4-ball. Or is it the 2-ball he's going for? It's the 4. Looking to get on the board. Shane on the hill. Oh, brilliant.
And again, he didn't choose to play the 3-ball because he would have probably sell out something to SVB. This was kind of a two-way shot here. He chose to play high ball to go up table with the cue ball in case he doesn't make it. But now he doesn't have a shot, so that's the...
Well, he should have called that one. Should have called the 4-railer. He called the 2.
Absolutely. But SVB is faced with a tough situation here. But he's playing only for 1.
Yeah, he can play the cross side, can't he? Into the on the 6.
Yeah.
It's close, but not quite.
Yeah, it's really difficult to see the angle from here when you have such a shot like he had. It's really tough to judge for a player. And it was really close.
What did he call that one?
Yeah, that's also a good shot. Kind of two-way shot. He didn't leave anything to Van Boening here, but now he's gonna thin the 5-ball and go up table with the cue ball, I believe. Didn't take any risk here, leaving no shot to Sky.
Sky just added a lovely little baby girl to the family, him and Ashley, a little sister for Daxon. Well, it won't count, even though it went in. It kissed off the cue ball. It has to go straight in, guys. It did look to be a good shot, but you're not allowed to touch any other ball, including the cue ball. Nothing doing here.
Yeah, tough situation there. I believe on the previous shot, Sky would have cut the 5-ball and go up table, but he didn't. He went for a big shot on the 2. Good shot there. The speed is great. Not leaving anything.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, for the 7 o'clock matches, grab a piece of paper, piece of paper. Go to your table, score like that.
Yeah, that's
Benjamin
tough.
Belhassan
Okay, go please.
and myself, Mark White, in the booth for this one. We're not actually on site, guys. We are, well, Ben is in France, Vive la France, and I am in Thailand, Sawadee Cup from Pattaya in Thailand. So apologies if we do maybe just talk over each other occasionally. Apologies in advance for that.
Yeah, I think he has the 5. He even has the 2, depending on the angle he chooses. Yeah, he goes for the 5, which is pretty dead. But he has to hit it hard. That's the thing. He really has to smash it. Yeah, that was great speed.
Evan Lunda has taken a 2-1 lead now over Francisco Bustamante. Billy Thorpe 2-1 down to John Moore up. Chip Compton 2-0 up on Justin Hall. Tony Chohan, remember, 3-0 winner over Josh Filler already in about 15 minutes, giving Josh Filler a bit of his own medicine as we see Shane get the 5th ball that he needed to take a 2-0 lead in this one. Race to 3.
I thought it's really interesting to see how he tried to get his focus on the last ball and try to visualize the shot before he go for it. He took a few more seconds than usual to visualize that, and he made it.
Winner breaks. Made a ball. Made 2 balls, I think.
Lost a little bit of the cue ball there, but
What does he have on here? The 8 ball?
yeah, but I don't know if he wants to go offensive like this. Yeah, here he goes.
He's going. It's gone.
Wow, that was nice. See, always try to put the cue ball up table near the short rail in case it doesn't go in. Was pretty much dead, but you really need to be accurate on the hit here.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Ben, it's just like making a straight in pot, isn't it? You must find the correct contact point for the object ball, and if you don't, you're not going to make it. So, you know, even though you're going via a rail, you still have to play it accurately, as we see a referee.
Yeah, and
Just
as
the balls that were made
as
on the
I'm-
break.
as I mentioned on the previous match we did together, it's even more accurate to bank a ball than to pocket a ball, because the margin on a pocket is much bigger than the margin on the rail to make a bank. So it's actually more accurate. So that's why the bank SVB just made on the 8 is much more difficult than it looks, actually, because it's really accurate.
Yeah, straight in pot is on if you hit it straight. Exactly the same for the bank. If it's straight on, you still need to hit it straight on, otherwise you don't make it. It's as simple as that. Two-way there from Sky. I think he may have left this 2 ball though. A little bit of a wince as he walked back to his chair.
Yeah, and I think like SVB looks really sharp. He really wants to. It's crazy to see how he he can still compete and have the will to win so badly. He's won everything, and he still has it. It's it's really great to watch that kind of grind and motivation he shows.
Yeah, you often read comments on social media, you know, has he reached his best? Is he kind of on the decline now? But every time you write SVB off, well, you do so at your peril, because he's very, very well capable of still winning big titles. He's still got that passion, the hunger, and the desire to win. He loves practice. That's one of the main things. He still practices probably more than most players in pool. He just absolutely loves the game. And I think so long as you've got that passion and love for the game and the determination to win, I think you're still very, very dangerous no matter what your age.
Absolutely, yeah. A little bit too soft here, but he really wanted to stick the cue ball in those balls to the long rail. Good shot there, but it was really an offensive shot because he knew that he would be able to play the 4 ball next. So glad he's probably glad to make it.
Oh, it's gone a little bit short, so chance for SVB.
Yeah, it doesn't feel quite comfortable at the table on this match, Sky.
Yeah, and it's worth mentioning that both of these players haven't played in any of the other events here, so it's the first time they're playing on this table. And of course, every table does play differently. And to come in and play probably one of the hardest disciplines, you would say, when you're fresh to a new table, Ben, the banks, of course. It's never easy, is it?
That's true, yeah.
Tough cross corner here. Just the safety playing to make the 4. Very cagey here. Shane knows. Just needs 3 more balls to take the match.
Yeah, and he doesn't want Sky to get back into that match, so that's why he's playing conservative, leaving distance between balls, sending the cue ball up table, so that Sky is not getting into some kind of a rhythm or a momentum.
Tough day at the office so far for that young man.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
What a shot that was on the 1. Very, very thin contact, but he's made it. Now is the 6 on. Took a risk there, Benjamin.
Yeah, but what a great shot that was. He's definitely one of the toughest players of bank pool with Billy Thorpe, actually.
Yeah, they have the ring game, don't they, as well, in Derby City Classic. And if Billy doesn't win it, Sky does. It's always one of those two that takes the 5,000 first prize. Well, this is for 16,000 to the winner, 10 to the runner-up, 4 to losing semi-finalists, all the way down to 1,500 guaranteed for every player. So a nice payday. 12 of the top players at this discipline as Sky gets a game on the board. So 2-1. This is beginning to hot up just a little bit. Let's bring you some scores from around.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon. Go ahead. Go ahead, Benjamin.
Even if Shane played a good safety, did you see how in like 2 minutes he lost the game? That was crazy. I mean, he just kept that 100 miles an hour across side and then made 3 banks in a row and he lost the game. So that's why Shane really wanted to play a conservative safety there, but
Right, we're going to nip out, guys, for a very quick break from the bank pool, and we'll be back shortly with the next. See you soon. Welcome back to the Predator Bank Pool Showdown here live from the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Sky Woodward on his way back to the arena, trading 2-1. Let's just thank all of our sponsors for the Pro Billiard Series. Of course, Yalin, the Predator Group, Little Monster Jump Cues. I had a go with one of them the other day. Samsung TV Plus, Box Billiards from Vietnam, Ven Billiards Corporation, and Q Sports International, who are running all the CSI BCA League World Championships going on at the moment. Around about 10,000 league players under the roof at Rio. Bing ball goes in for Sky. That will be respotted after this visit, so he shall continue. You're playing bank pool. You need to make 5 balls to win a game. You need to win 3 games to win the set. I'm here, Mark White. Good to be with you, with Benjamin Belhassan, all the way from France.
yeah, and I mentioned earlier that this is what we call the short rack banks, because the game exists also with all 15 balls, and it's obviously much more much more difficult because a lot of traffic and a lot of tactics involved. But
Sounds like chaos to me, Ben. Bank pool, 15 balls. They don't play on a 7-foot as well, do they? They don't play bar box banks. It's hard enough to say, let alone play. Do they play bar box banks?
I don't know actually. It's pretty much an American game. We don't have this in Europe, and this is actually why American players are much better players at banks than European players.
Well, don't let Fedor Gorst hear you say that.
Yeah. When it comes to the grades of the game, all the parts of the game are so strong that they can bank also really well, of course.
Yeah, referee has to be on the ball here because Shane also made a ball there which will be respotted when he made that second bank shot plus the one that was made on the break. So the 2 balls are respotted and we carry on. Eight balls remain. Of course, the one bank made by Shane there. So he leads by 1 point and by 2-1. Hebberstreet, I believe, is this young man's name. Mr. Hebberstreet, our referee. Did I say that correctly, Benjamin?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Actually, those are the European referees from the Euro Tours and the European Pocket Billiards Federation program. They are doing a great job all over the world. Oh wow, what a great attempt that was.
Well, I had a little Facebook conversation yesterday with Mr. John Lehman, and I was asking if he was missing being in Vegas, and he said, I'm not missing it at all. I'm here. I'm running all the other tournaments and tournament director and all the good stuff, running all the referees, making sure they're everywhere they need to be. They know all the rules, and he does a little bit of training to bring new referees into the fold every single year at Las Vegas as well. So John Lehman, good to know you're still involved, mate. The most famous back of the head in pool.
Oh, this is a good safety shot there from SVB. He drew back that ball all the way up table, and as you can see, there are no lines for Sky to go offensive here. And here are the common safeties you see in bank pool, where you just cut the ball and send the cue ball up table. And SVB probably is going to do the same here.
I have some other results for you guys. Roberto Gomez has beaten Alex Pagulayan by 3 games to 2. Remember, Alex Pagulayan beat, I forget who he beat now. Who did he play in the... Oh, yes, of course, he beat Billy the Banker, Billy Thorpe.
Yeah.
Going down to Roberto Gomez, and Evan Lunda beating Francisco Bustamante by 3 games to 1. And remember, this is round 4 action, guys. 2 groups of 6, 12 players in total.
I see a good sequence of safety shots there that shows you the typical safeties that the game of bank pool creates. Try to close the line and send the cue ball to create distance up table.
Yeah, That's okay as well. The ball will be respotted. Main object, get that cue ball up onto that rail, which he's done very, very well indeed. This is interesting stuff. It's not all about banging balls in.
Yeah, and the thing is, with all those balls, all that traffic, you need to find a way for the cue ball to avoid them to go back up table, and this is not easy. I don't know if SVB found a path. Maybe he's gonna just roll the 2, and yeah, he found it around the 9, which was great, but he actually scratched, so
Yeah, he'll lose a ball for that, so he goes back to 0.
yeah.
There is a punishment for it.
He found a great path around the 9 actually, but that was a little bit of a bad roll here.
Bend of the knees, a bit of body English, couldn't keep the cue ball out of the side pocket. So Sky with a straight back on the 8 ball. Don't be surprised if he draws all the way back again as well though. Chose to go forward. That was aggressive, Benjamin. He sold out here.
Yeah, yeah, actually he tried to maximize his chance to make the ball, to make the bank, using a high speed, I would say, but it wasn't that risky because the layout of the balls is really locked. So even by going forward, it didn't sell anything because I don't think the 5 ball is on. And
About 6 cross side.
yeah,
That won't interest him. Looks like a safety off of the 8.
yeah, because the 6 ball is really a tough shot also. So he doesn't want to take any risk. He lost the previous games in 5 minutes. So good speed there. And also it's difficult because when you start having a safety shot sequence like this for a while, then you are playing soft shots and roll shots, and then all of a sudden you have the opportunity to bank, and then you have to fire something in. It's really tough to switch from defensive to offensive side.
Well, Efren Reyes, considered to be the greatest all-rounder of all time, the GOAT, as they say as well. Who do you think, if anyone, Ben, would ever take that title away? Is there a GOAT? Is there a goatee, so to speak? Is there someone waiting in the wings who you think eventually will take over that mantle? Or is Efren just a one-off who's always going to be regarded as the GOAT, a bit like Ronnie O'Sullivan is in snooker?
Yeah, the thing is, you have to consider also the style of play, because not only the results or the titles, or you have to consider also the creativity, many things. Just like there are all kind of debates in all sports to who is the GOAT. For example, in tennis, you have Djokovic that won the most Grand Slams, but people that loves tennis knows that Federer has that grace and that power, and Nadal has this will to win. So they all have different styles, but for sure Efren has been the player with most creativity, success. So he's the kind of the Federer of pool, actually, I believe. But I believe players like Fedor, maybe Filler, will win more tournaments than Efren.
Always an interesting debate, isn't it? It always gets the juices flowing and the chat involved.
Yeah, if you consider a guy like Fedor or Josh, they are like 25 years old and they already won world titles. Filler is a world 8 ball champion, world 9 ball champion. Fedor has won the world 9 ball twice already. So if they play until they are 50s, they're going to win much more titles than Efren, for sure.
Yeah, I suppose it all comes down to your definition of the term GOAT, doesn't it? Is it all about titles? Is it about creativity? Like Efren, of course, has invented shots. The famous Z shot, of course, was attributed to Efren. Should be called the ZE shot. Now then, has the 8 ball, does he? Or did he call the 1? Didn't quite see what he called there. Maybe the 1 ball. No, it is the 8. 8 into the side. 8 ball, cross side.
Really thin cut here. Yeah, good shot there.
Yeah, nice kiss
And
as
see,
well.
Yeah, you see all of a sudden the game just switch from a really tactical game to a game where you have to fire balls in. So this is really interesting to play.
Oh, it's gone long.
Yeah.
And Shane opened everything up with that last bank on the 1 ball, on the 8 ball that he played. Does he have the 1 straight back to where he's standing?
Yeah, I believe he's gonna open this up with a little bit of English here. Yeah, great. Actually, he opened it with playing a draw shot, which gave a little bit of follow in the 1 ball, open up the angles to avoid the 3 and still be able to make that bank. So that was a great shot.
Just the safety from Sky. Nicely poised this. Who knows, we might have a hill. Race to 3, remember guys. The rack score is on the left, 2-1 to Shane Van Boening. The ball count on the right, 2-2.
But also the ability to play every game at such a high level is really a proof of greatness. Efren is playing the game, every game at really high level. So is SVB. And also I'm impressed by the new generation of players that learn so quick how to play 1 pocket. Filler, Fedor, they all play great 1 pocket at such a young age.
Yeah, I think when you're such a straight shooter as well, you know, once you're in those games, like 1 pocket, you make a ball, then such skills they have, don't they, with straight shooting and cue ball control. They can easily run a rack of 1 pocket very, very quickly. And of course, as you said, they're super fast learners. We know Fedor loves to study every game, and he's learnt super quick on the strategy side of One Pocket and Banks as well.
Yeah, he's definitely achieved greatness at the Derby, where he won like 3 disciplines, 3 times mastery of the table at such a young age. When you think about that, it's really crazy.
Yeah, I was there in 2021 when he even won his first title there. He won the all-around as well, the master of the table. I had a nice picture of him, Benjamin, with 2 of his checks, but he wouldn't give me one of them, unfortunately. Three ball into the pocket where his cue is.
With always in mind the cue ball on the short rail, always back up there in case he doesn't make it.
Plenty of passion there as well. Look at the expression here. He's trying to wheel that cue ball over slightly, showing a little bit of frustration. That shows passion. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, look at this. On the hill, double hill. A laugh between the 2 great friends. Got close to the scratch in the side. Now can he straighten this 4 ball up, cross corner for the match?
Yeah, here he's going to try to he didn't leave anything though.
Yeah, wily old fox wasn't going to leave an easy one for Sky there. Is he going to try something? Or is it just a safety? He's got to be careful though, hasn't he? Because the 5 is makeable. He doesn't really want to move that 4, but...
Yeah, this is a tough situation here, because how he goes for it. Wow, that's tricky.
Wow, what a good effort.
Yeah,
Hasn't
this
sold
is
out, or has he? It's on, isn't it, the 4 ball? Yeah, here we go then for the match. 4 ball, straight back. And there it is. Right into the heart of the pocket. The handshake between the 2 friends. That's it for Bank Pool today. We'll be back with more tomorrow. Don't forget, the Women's Las Vegas Open starts tomorrow. But right coming up after this will be Christina Tkach against Rubelin Armit in the Challenge of Champions. It's 9 ball today, 10 ball tomorrow. If you want to watch that, that's coming up very, very soon, 8:30 on this table. Thank you so much for watching. Ben Belhassan and myself are going to bid you au revoir for now, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m.
See you later.
Don't be late.
Yeah.
Ta-da, guys.